So dawn the next morning will come with gray fingers of overcast Seattle. Uh, you guys have accepted a job for about 10,000 new yen a person, and have some details about going about it. You have until the package moves again, which technically you don't know, but I'm not gonna sucker punch you and say, haha, it moved yesterday. 'Cause that's a dick move.
Got me.
Yep. So you have a couple of days, and when you find out the actual number of days, I will let you know. But you have a location and the details on the thing.
Location is a shipping yard, yes?
Yep, the Tacoma docks.
Cool.
BC's gonna wake up, get some soy calf, drink it, try to wake himself up, and he's gonna see if Wax is awake already. And it's early in the morning, probably like 7 o'clock, somewhere around there.
Wax is definitely not awake.
Okay, never mind. All right. Since he's not awake, I'll just have to wait for people to wake up, and he's just gonna kind of take care of his plants and do the whole nature thing. Do some yoga.
What a weirdo.
Yeah, it's got to be in tune with the body and mind, all that.
Excuse me, I'll be right back. I gotta go throw up.
My,
Wax.
ma-
Oh, no, go ahead.
so my father has some connections in Tacoma. Can I get? Can I get something to know about the warehouse?
Sure.
Call your poppy.
Um, is he the arms dealer contact? Is he your arms dealer contact that you have on your?
Moment. Oh yeah, that's a good try.
Sure. If you want to roll his 2 times his connection rating plus his loyalty, which for him I believe is 10 dice. Um, we can get some information. Some information you would just know being a criminally oriented person. There's a lot of stuff that gets smuggled in and out of Seattle. There's a lot of different organizations that function out of the Tacoma, and it's kind of like a don't start none, there won't be none kind of thing. Because if you start trouble and then the cops got to come in, then everybody's got trouble. Here comes the inspection crews. Everybody hide all of your illegal stuff that they all know that you're here. But since somebody made them come in and do a thing for, a shootout or an explosion or that kind of stuff, um, it kind of upsets the apple cart a little bit.
Here you go.
Is he is he affiliated with anybody in particular, or is he just sort of independent? Any organized crime or gang or anything along those lines?
He has some connection to RS.
I'm sorry, to who?
RS Macro Technology.
Oh, Aries. Gotcha.
ARS, sorry.
No, that's fine. I just want to make sure I got it correct. Um, so tell me a little bit about him as you give him a call in the morning.
Okay.
Like what kind of person is he? What besides selling guns and stuff, what's he like?
Okay, so we met when I was with the Night Errant, at least Hudson.
What's he like, a supply sergeant kind of guy?
Yeah, he's more like a supplier. He's just operating in the perimeter of the on the shadows,
Okay,
on and off.
gotcha. Um, So yeah, no, he'll answer your call. Does he know you by Hudson, or does he call you something else?
He knows me
But does he,
before the shadows.
so how would he address you? What does he call you?
He can call me Lloyd.
Okay. Lloyd, it's awfully early in the morning, man. What can I do for you?
Just I happen to know something in a warehouse with under this address. Do you know anything about this? Is this for everybody, or is this for one particular corporation?
He'll take a moment to, as you send him the address, and he'll, uh, yeah, there's a lot of shipping that goes in and out of there. That's a warehouse. I think it's usually just rentable by anybody who wants to rent space in it. No major affiliations with any families or anything, if that's what you're asking.
Yeah, I would like to ask.
Um,
Is there anything just big, heavy guarding cameras, other systems nearby?
well, everybody down there's got a bunch of security on their own buildings, but how much they're gonna share between other people is up for negotiation with them. I can get you in contact with the guy who rents space out in the warehouse, but I haven't. I don't know which of the cameras and security systems are always super accurate and on all the time. Um, Basically, what he's trying to say is that like this area over here might be operated by the mafia, and while they'll have some security stuff up, they probably won't care too much if you go over and do something with the Yakuza, because that's the Yakuza's problem, and until it becomes their problem, they don't care. They just don't mess with each other on the docks because that brings trouble for everybody. It's kind of like a neutral territory kind of thing.
Okay, I see.
Do you have clarifying questions? Because I know that sometimes I don't explain things real well.
So if I got this straight, syndicates run this section of the docks and they don't mess with each other as long as nobody makes a scene. And if you're, even if we were to mess with one of them, the other ones wouldn't care too much, right? But it looks like we're going to be stepping on someone's toes getting in here.
It's real hard to do criminal things and not step on somebody's toes. But for the most part, yes. There are a lot of people that operate in and out of here. The Ancients are a gang that is big in the smuggling. They probably have some people that come in and out of here. All of the major organized crime people are going to have people that come in and out of here. Even some of the more legitimate people will do actual legitimate shipping out of here. And sometimes the organized crime folks or just the crime folks in general will tag along. It's like, oh, this guy, he's a completely legitimate shipment. Let me slip a package onto his boat so he can transport that for me. And I'll have my guys slip it off wherever he's going.
But because of this, I think they don't like a big fuss around it, because if there is big fuss, big fire, the Lone Star came and trampled it.
Exactly. If there is a big fuss or a big anything really going on, everybody's business is going to suffer. Because right now, the different organizations have the law enforcement people paid off. So they don't really pay much attention to what goes on here because they're getting free money to do nothing. But say a building explodes, that's going to make the news. They have to do something, and not only do they have to do something, somebody has to be responsible. Even if they didn't actually do it, they need to be shown responsible so that when the end of the year's paperwork comes through and it's like, here's our insurance, here's where we show it was this terrorist technomancer that was responsible, we can now claim to be reimbursed for it.
All right.
But as long as everything is business as usual. They don't usually get too up in arms.
Yeah. As long as nothing openly, obviously criminal or terrorist is going on, then there's nothing worth investigating, Wink.
Exactly. It is a boring dock. Who cares what goes in? And there's a bunch of numbers.
Probably just shipping in blocks of soy, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
So I don't want to ask too much questions about it. Too many questions about because it draws attention.
Sorry, my headset cut out there for a second as I pace around my apartment. Would you
Sorry.
say? No, it's fine.
So I don't want to ask too many questions about
No.
it because it
Please.
could be a bit problematic.
No, I think like anything else we're going to do is probably going to be more problematic than just asking questions and finding stuff out.
Anything brass is involved in is guaranteed to be problematic.
If anything else, like, do you want to tell your contact that you're going to be doing something down there, or do you just that you were curious about this warehouse?
This is pretty obvious. I am doing something over there.
Okay. So he'll ask you, is there do I need to move some product out of the area? Do I need to be concerned here?
Oh, maybe
Maybe.
if there is a crate which is around 7.5 pound long. Maybe is it yours?
I don't have anything in that warehouse in particular at the moment, no. So I guess that's good.
Do you know any hot stuff in it? Or heard any rumors about it?
I mean, I can get you in touch with the guy who rents space in it. I don't know anything about what it says on the paperwork as to what's in the boxes in that warehouse, but I can almost guarantee you it's not what's on that paperwork is not what's in those boxes. But I don't know whose it
I'm
is
sure.
or anything along those lines. I've used them a couple of times. It's not bad. It's just, it's what
How
happens.
much does it cost?
It's by size and how much space you want to rent, that kind of thing. I don't actually know how
Okay.
much that stuff would run in reality, so.
Just in case, give me the contact of this guy, the number of this guy.
Yeah, he shoots that over to you. And he invites you to go out to dinner or lunch sometime later in the week.
Sure.
After work, like when you're done.
Certainly. And I think I don't have to tell you that you haven't heard it.
Haven't heard what? We just made dinner plans, that's all.
That's all.
Can I get you anything while I got you on the phone? I got some merchandise I'm looking to unload.
What type of?
And it just kind of breaks down into idle chit chat. Is there any like actual gear you're looking to purchase, or
Do you know what? We can talk about later.
sure? He was just trying to, upsell you, get a little money out of you. That's all.
Yeah, sure.
So you guys have some more information. What would you like to do next?
I also have an info broker that I would like to contact for information.
Sure. Do you want to roll 2 times his connection plus his loyalty?
All right, one sec.
Yep. Let's see how much information he might be able to broker.
2 times connection plus loyalty, you said, yeah?
Yeah. it's just way easier to do it that way, which is how Missions does it, as opposed to actually like writing up character sheets and stuff for contacts and wondering how much charisma and negotiation and you couldn't see the
Yeah.
hand gesture, but there was definitely a hand gesture associated with that.
Yeah, so I'm going to be contacting my info broker contact, Claude Storage,
Uh-huh.
and asking if he's heard or if he can find any information on this warehouse that we're looking at, who might currently be doing business out of it, and or who was the most recent ones known to be doing business out of it.
Tell me a little bit about Claude. Who is he? What's he do? How do you know him? That kind of stuff.
He would be another, like he does info broking on the sideline. He's also a Shadowrunner type. He's adept decker, and kind of just when he's not busy with runs, he's handling information for and such for other people that he's run with. He kind of
He's setting up a retirement plan.
yeah, he's lining his own pockets with people that he's run with. He's like, hey, if you think I did a good job on this run, try me out for some independent work.
It's franchising.
Yeah.
So
So-
he'll the things he'll be able to quickly and cheaply get for you. He confirms the name and number that you were given from Hudson's guy. He will also be able to tell you that that guy owns a couple of different warehouses throughout the city, and that he is dirtier than the day is long.
Excellent. If I run the tracking number by him, would he be able to find out what other warehouses it has been through?
So, in this situation, because none of you guys are deckers, I will let you guys, like, you guys could hire him on as like a decker to do some NPC decking for you guys, but for him to find out specific stuff in it, he's going to actually have to hack into that host and dig around and do things. Because that, like, random tracking numbers just aren't out on the matrix as a whole for him to find.
All right.
If you guys want to just go with like a one shot, here you go, here's some money, dive into that host, find out what you can find out, we can do that. Or if you guys want to cut him in and he'll just remote deck, that's something that we can also do.
One shot sounds like the easiest way to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like mostly what I'm looking to get out of this information is if the package has been moved around between this guy's other warehouses, or if it's been between different warehouses owned by different people, so that we can get an idea if it's this one guy moving this thing around, or if it's someone else that is just using other organizations and other people to move it and kind of cover its trail.
Sure. And that you got 5 hits on your contact roll, so that's the information. You can totally find that information out because you got a giant pile of hits.
Yeah.
Let me crack open my book real quick so I can see the average host rating this thing's going to have. So I can know what to charge you guys.
Host rating 2.
No, it is definitely not a personal site, pirate archive, or public education. It is low-end commercial, private business, public libraries, or small poly clubs. So yeah, he'll charge you 2,000 Nuyen just to dive into the host, pull up a couple of quick queries, find out some information, that kind of thing. And
All right. Works for me.
sure. However you guys want to spend that money, go ahead and spend that money.
No, I'll put the bill. It's by contact. I'm the one asking the information. Plus, if we get this job going, I'll get back 5 times the expense. So,
That's fine, and that's up to you guys on how you want to do that. If you wanted the group expense it, if your contact, your deal, that's fine.
Out of character, I'd be happy to chip in. In character, though, Wax does not really understand how hacking works, so he'd be like, "What? That's crazy expensive, man. I can get my girl on that for way cheaper."
It's like racing only between ones and zeros instead of cars.
He thinks he purses his lips and has a thoughtful expression at the description of that.
I think I got it.
I understand intuitively.
As long as these things are shaped like cars, I got it. So, the information he's going to be able to get you pretty quickly. It is not being shipped specifically around between this guy's warehouses. It happens to be in them for the moment. The next location for them is down in Calfree. It is leaving in 6 days on a
All right.
on a boat out of the docks. So it doesn't like they're not moving it from the docks to an airfield to transport that way.
Yeah, so it's just one shot out of Seattle down to Calgary.
Yep, and it came in, as Mrs. Johnson said, 2 days ago now.
All right. Got any information on the boat that it's planning to leave on?
Yes and no. He'll have like a bit of information. It'll be like I don't know what that's called on the side of the boat, but like its identification numbers. The boat isn't in Seattle now. It's not coming in for another 4 days.
Okay.
So it's somewhere out in the ocean right now, being a transport ship. I don't know what they're called. What are they called? I guess it's a transport ship.
Cargo hauler.
There you go. Good enough for me.
All right. Okay.
What else would you like to know about it?
Well, if it's not coming in for another 4 days, I think if we're quick enough about this, probably won't matter too much to worry about identifying and or tracking the ship. If it comes up in the future that we need the info, I would relay to Claude that try to keep an eye on that info. Anything else he could dig up about the ship. After 4 days, if I call him saying I need it, then I'll pay him any extra that he might ask for it. But until then, thanks for the info.
Is there anything else you want to know about the package itself? Because you do have him on the line right now.
If you can scour up any details on what it might be or where it might be within the current facility that it's in.
He doesn't know where in the specific facility it is because, like, this stuff's a mess inside warehouses.
Yeah.
He does let you know that they have it labeled as biohazardous and
Fun.
I guess they would put like fragile. It's got just about every warning on it that you can. You know those warning labels that are like 15 languages and they have like all kinds of horrible things that are going to happen to you if you mishandle it?
Yes.
It's basically got that.
All those plus Ferethio, or is that one that nobody can identify?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Well, see, it's nice when it's digital because you can just push a button and it'll translate it to your language.
Nice.
But it's got all kinds of warnings on the package about don't mess with this.
It's flammable. It's inflammable.
6 feet long, 2 feet high, 3 feet wide.
Yep.
Biohazardous, 500 pounds. It's a sleeping
Contents under
vampire.
pressure.
But yeah, he will be happy to non-committally look for information on the boat if he's, got some time. Or
Yeah, anything he can dig up. If he needs more money for it after the fact, I will handle the cost at that point in time. But anything he can dig up otherwise.
you're like, no. If I got time, look, I got a meet coming up a little bit later. So I don't know how much free time I'm gonna have, but if I come up with anything.
Yeah, all right, works out. Don't get shot. I'll see you in the future.
Don't get shot. I'll see you in the future. I don't know if he would say that or be that kind of a dork, but I went there. It's like
Yeah,
a
it works out.
take what you can, give nothing back.
So yeah, I would wire him the cash, however.
Sure. You want to like give him a pile of money as a retainer, or
Hmm?
I just wasn't sure if you wanted to give him like some money up front, or
I'd give him his asking fee for the information, and then
oh, the
that's it for
2,000 we
now.
talked about.
Yep.
Yeah. You guys have a bunch of info. What would you like to do with it?
Well, we're definitely going to need some visual inspections. So I have to personally go down there.
I do have a question that might be important later on. Who's got a vehicle large enough to carry this box?
Well, just like clear out my subwoofer and just kind of like stuff it in the back seat. It could probably fit in my whip.
Wonderful.
Would it fit in the back of whatever kind of car it is I have again? It doesn't specify too much, but it's GMC 442 Chameleon.
How many seats does that have?
4.
No, we need a van at least.
So it could probably fit in the Chameleon. You might have to put down seats, and you're probably going to be the only person inside of it when it's driving with this. But you can probably fit it.
Alright. Might need to secure another vehicle if we have to make a hasty extraction. I don't think that'd be too easy to get into a sedan at high speed.
No, bro, it's straight. I'm gonna clear my stuff out right now.
What kind of car does Wax have?
Wax drives a Hyundai Xinhuang. Chummer's not telling me how many seats I have, but I figure it's got 4 seats. It's a Hyundai.
Yeah, it's worth it.
So he does just that. He detaches his subwoofer. He maybe puts like the back area down. I've got some drone racks on there too, but those shouldn't take up any of the seating spot.
Are they small drones?
2 medium and 1 for some small drones.
As long as you don't have the actual drone in there, it should be fine.
All right, straight. Wax has just been scarfing microwave soy breakfast sandwiches, like soy sausage. I've been reviewing footage I gathered from last night, trying to edit it off into a pretty compelling things to add to my tapes to send into reality shows. I'd send them back and forth with my contact, which is my social media manager. I don't think she can offer much for this, aside from asking, like, yeah, so I'm doing this job. I'm going to steal a box, and I think it's going to be pretty rad. So do you think that would make, like, a good promo reel, or whether or not it benefits the mission? My only other contact is a mechanic.
Trying to look up where she is on your sheet. Man, she actually likes you for some reason? Or is that just what Wax thinks?
Who, my social media manager?
Yeah, I was looking to see that she's a 3-3.
Oh, yeah. We're friends. I don't think, like, my 3 could be how I think she likes me.
I mean,
It has to reflect reality somehow. My character sheet would be completely out of whack if it was just what Wax perceived or believed.
Yeah, I've had one of those characters.
So, balls in your court, guys.
All right. Gotta put some eyeballs on it. I think I'm gonna head down. Anyone want to join me? BC, you want to ride? We can put some eyes on this place. See what's up.
He's nervously and just be like, "Yeah, yes, let's go." And he's just taking breaths, like, "Okay, I can do this. There's no more racing. No more racing. No more racing."
All right. I'm gonna swing by. I'm gonna get you soon. It's gonna be great, bro.
When are you starting?
Sure. What would you,
I would like to call Doc around half 11.
Sure. What do you want to know about from Doc?
I just want to share him the information I've got. And is there any other if he had any information about it?
He so you're showing him like the dock, the warehouse, that kind of thing.
Sorry, the Doc,
Like the doctor?
the player.
Oh, the character. Okay, I'm sorry. I just thought you were talking about your street dock on deck.
No.
Ignore me. I'm going away. Let you talk about it.
Right, what's up?
So I have some information,
I
not too
miss it.
much. You want to eye the place?
What was that?
Do you want to see the place?
Yeah, I'd love to see it.
Just from the outside, and I have a contact for the guy who rents places, so we have access at least one place in it. On
All right,
part of it.
well, Wax is gonna get me down there, so we can personally meet this contact if that's what we want to do.
Okay, meet you there. Give me the time and the place.
Yeah, so I'll say around 10 o'clock because most places are moving stuff around 10 o'clock. So we'll get some food and then we'll head out there at 10 in the morning.
Nothing to fear, BC. I got a sandwich all ready here for you as I pass you a soggy soy breakfast sandwich that I had microwaved about 20 minutes earlier.
Oh well, oh thank you. And he
Yeah, it's
takes
good.
it. And
Right.
so you're famous. Is that what I'm hearing?
Nah, dude, I'm gonna be famous.
Oh right.
I got the
Okay.
clarity
And he
of
looks.
mind and the drive and the purpose. All this crime thing. I mean, it's extreme, I know, but it's just gonna finance my lifestyle. You know what I'm saying?
I don't, but maybe I will someday.
No,
As he eats the soggy whatever he handed him to him.
it's a soy breakfast sandwich, man. Top of the line. I get those out of Sheets.
Yeah, definitely fits your lifestyle. Extreme.
And we head off to the warehouse. We're gonna do some recon. It's gonna be good.
Uh, I would like to call Brass too.
Sure.
Hey,
All right.
what are you doing now? Just have some inspiration and maybe we heading to uh, see the warehouse.
Yeah, I'll probably swing down by there and give it a look over as well, get an idea of what what kind of physical security it might have on the outside. Maybe what kind of physical security it has on the inside if I could find a window.
Hawk, did you say you're catching a ride with Brass? Because I could totally pick you up, man. Ain't no thing.
Sure.
Oh yeah, we got going 3 across here.
Now I could speed in the carpool lane.
Yeah, so as soon as we pick him up, I'll just be like, just relax. You'll need it.
Calm down, save your breath, you'll need it for the screaming.
And away we go.
Have you taken the subwoofers and stuff out of the car yet?
Yeah, I've already cleared it out.
Okay.
I imagine there's been like some DNI, some comm calls about like, oh wait, what are we
Yeah.
doing?
Sure. No, it's a lot quieter of a ride this time when you don't have
Oh yeah, that too. I don't have that huge rattle.
that horrific bone-shaking rattle.
I even apologize. Like, I'm real sorry, dude. Sounds like garbage today. I haven't got quite my gear set up, but we got a job to do.
Oh, and definitely, I really like your professionalism. It looks really good on you.
Natch.
So you guys have an awkward family car ride down down Seattle. Is everybody in the same car, or did Brass end up taking their own car?
Brass has his own ride.
Yeah, I'd be bringing my own car.
Okay.
Since I have gear to transport, and I don't know if anyone else has a smuggling compartment for it built into their car, but I do.
Sure. So you guys come up on the docks themselves. It is a... Man, I should get that toy away from the cat. Unless you guys can't actually hear that.
I can't.
I can.
Alright, kitty. Sorry. I gotta take your ball. So I'm a bad person.
You're just gonna make it matter.
Absolutely awful.
Right? Oh, she's like looking in the little groove where the ball was. It's all sad. Anyway,
You monster.
my cat is adorable. So the docks themselves are a huge area that is congested with buildings and people and large trucks and all kinds of other lifting equipment. And then you get to the dock portions themselves, which actually go out into the water with large boats, and in the distance you can see even larger boats kind of lingering around, either coming or going. Doing a quick like drive by and look, you can see your building is kind of, it's not on the edge, but it's not close to the actual water itself. What would you guys like to do and or know specifically? As I kind of have this idea of you guys sitting on a little bit of a hill overlooking the place, hanging outside the cars.
I suck on my e-cigarette, thoughtfully look over. And I think, if only I had some way to put eyes where I wasn't. And I think on it for a few more seconds before, like, oh shit, I do. I have 3 cameras following me around all the time. And I'm telling the other guys, like, look, I'm going to have my girls do a little bit of a fly around, and I'm going to get us like some 360-degree panoramic action shots. It's going to look great. I'm going to put some post touches on it, and I'm going to like get us a nice wipe and a cool little musical sting, and then we're going to know everything we need to. It's groovy, yeah?
Let's hold that for a second. Let's not make it too flashy, if you know what I mean. I mean, we want sort of a hidden secret camera shots, you know?
Oh, no, bro. That's all done in post. Don't you get? It's going to be cool. It's going to be hidden. No one's going to be the wiser.
I'm having trouble believing him.
Nor
I
should
can't
you.
imagine why.
Hey man, it'll be alright. Just look at all of the other drone traffic buzzing around. A couple of tiny little things flying around, nobody's even going to think twice about it.
Yep.
Do I actually notice a lot of the drones moving around?
There's a couple of like Amazon delivery drones that are coming in and out, but like from where you guys are, you can't see drones the size of what Wax is talking about because you guys are a
Yeah, I
distance away.
imagine whatever they are. I know they're called like the CU3 or something like that.
Yeah,
That's mine.
cubes.
I imagine they're like the size of baseballs, maybe.
That sounds about right. I know they're small drones.
But yeah, I always have the kind of image, like especially for a dock shipyard kind of thing. It would probably have tons of little drones buzzing around, just carrying stuff back and forth.
Okay.
I got some photo drones too. If you think that'd be a little more slick, but you know, I usually reserve those for some a little more drastic situations, if you know what I mean.
Well, I think this is one of those drastic situations where we can be a little bit quieter. And it's nothing on you. It's just the situation. And I believe you'd be the right person to pull off such a small hidden maneuver.
All right, all right. So is that going to be the CUs or is it going to be my roto drone? What you think, boss?
Which one's smaller? I don't know much about drones.
See you, man. And I pop all three of them out and I sort of have them circle around the cars. We're sitting around discussing this, and they are like little baseball-sized things.
You
I have them
definitely
perform
know
like
how to.
a little trick in AR as I like give them commands, so, like figure eights and things. Yeah, it's
I
pretty
imagine,
sick, huh?
I imagine he's the kind of asshole that would like pretend to juggle them, but they're really just flying in sequence.
You cut out.
You cut out. What kind of asshole am I, Bamce?
Uh, well, um, that you would like pretend to jungle them, but they're really just flying in a predetermined
Oh, that's
pattern.
perfect. Yes.
Yeah, on a meta note, the CU3s are like baseball size. The Rotodrone is big enough to carry a gun.
Yeah. I'm aware that the Rotodrone's significantly bigger,
Yeah.
but it might look a little more in place.
Yeah, I was just pointing that out as a meta note because he mentioned he didn't know that much about drones.
Okay, so yeah, so definitely to fit in would seem like the better choice. So BC is going to be like, you know what? I think those road drums would look really, really good flying around there, getting those shots.
All right. I'm gonna send one of them. Make it look like it's on maybe a discreet delivery, and then we'll come back and we'll see what we see. All right. You guys just watch the old meat sack here. I'm gonna be right back. Okay. And I'm gonna fire up one of my roto drones. I've got two. One's got an Ares Alpha, and one's got a dart rifle. I'm gonna send the one with the dart rifle.
Luckily for you, they're both rocking concealed weapon mounts.
Hey, I'm planning ahead here. I'm convinced someone just sold wax like that out of the crime box. He wouldn't even think to.
I
put a
imagine it
concealed
was a
weapon on it.
feature. It's like, hey, ready? Watch this. Chapow!
Yeah, that is tight.
Um,
So yeah, I want to jump into it and head on my way. Try to fly casual.
where do you jump into this drone at?
I imagine I'm just gonna like stay in the driver's seat of my car.
Okay, I was
And
really
the
hoping
drone
you would
will-
just slump to the ground in front of everybody.
Okay,
I'm,
but
like,
they're
I'm
back,
going.
Swamp.
Be like, yeah, I am out like juggling my other drones. Be like, all right, I'm gonna be right back, and then just fall over
I'm going
in the middle of the street.
see if I can catch him
Yeah,
before he
that's
falls.
much funnier.
like and like okay, get you in the seat. Come here. Take it
Okay,
easy.
so this is my first time jumping into something. I got a drone. I got my pilot aircraft. I'm going to add 2 dice for my control rig. And Wax lives on the extreme, so he's definitely going hot sims. That's 2 more dice, yeah?
Yep.
I've got an. Oh, so go ahead.
What does this drone look like?
Basic MCT roto drones. So they all have like the 4 rotors that you'd see today and 70 years in the future, right? It's not super yearsed out. It does have
I mean, I'm kind of disappointed at
white-
that.
white paint and sort of black racing stripes, but it is not. It doesn't have like neon track lights the way my car does. Yeah, I have not had the opportunity to years out the drone yet.
Next time.
Yeah.
Sure. And because I'm kind to riggers, I like to use the mental attributes in place of physical ones when jumped in.
Oh yeah, definitely put my attributes anticipating that. Though actually, my reaction's pretty good. Oh, I forgot about my adrenaline pump. Yeah, let's not activate that yet.
That sounds like a terrible idea.
It's an awful idea. I didn't need it at all. So yeah, that's gonna be
Pilot
intuition
dice.
or yeah, pilot. So it'll be my intuition plus my pilot.
And then plus 4, 2 for your rig, 2 for hot sim.
Gotcha. All right, nice.
It is a majestic mechanical eagle as it flies through the air. Do you want to go ahead?
I radio back like, looks good out here, guys. Got a nice view. Docks are looking pretty tight. I'm gonna take a round the circumference, not the circumference, the
Perimeter.
perimeter. That's it. Yeah, I'm gonna check the perimeter here. Tell you if I see anything unusual. Should I make a sensor check or with this?
Yeah, sensor perception either way.
See my electronic warfare. Pretty good.
Does leadership work for a rigger, or is it all based on the drone's stats?
I think I'm limited by my drone sensors.
You're limited by the drone sensors plus your control rig bonus.
Oh yeah, I love that rig bonus.
You could try to leadership him by. I imagine he's broadcasting the feed to you guys, and you could leadership him if he's. Leadership's one of those weird things where it either gets really overpowered or it's just kind of okay. It depends upon whether or not Wax would see you as a leadership figure.
Is this
He
BC?
calls me boss.
Yeah, BC. I unquestionably already defer to him. He seems like he's the real brains of this operation. I mean, I want to show him a good time. I want to make sure we all get paid and we have fun. And maybe if you're lucky, BC, I'm gonna make you like a side character, and we're gonna really develop a relationship over the course of my my video logs of this job. But until then, I mean, you seem like you know what's on top. You know which way to go. So Wax would certainly like. I think he would defer from a leadership bonus there. So what are you going to give me something to perception? I think I'm going to get this. I'm certainly going to max out my
just
sensor
in case
rating.
things go wrong, I'd just be like, you got this, I believe in you. You can handle anything, but it's only if things go wrong.
Yeah, we'll see where it goes from here. So perception. I do believe that maxes me out.
I believe the sensors are 3.
Nope, I'm up. Yeah, I'm up to 3.
And then your control rig boosts it.
Oh, cool. I do keep it then. All right, so 4.
All right. So as you come flying in, you're kind of buzzing Jetsons.
Nope, we lost it.
Damn it. As you guys come flying in, you're kind of Jetson style, going past other drones, coming in and out. Some of them have. I don't know what's up with my headset right now.
And we keep losing you.
Yeah, I noticed that because it just kind of like dies out. Plugged it in. Let's hope that sticks. So you guys are kind of flying in, and there's a lot of other drones coming in and out. It's kind of like the Jetsons with all of their flying cars. Getting closer, you don't really notice any of the small drones like the cubes hanging about. You get a much better view of all of the people. Nobody's really paying much attention to what's going on above them because obviously day in, day out, there's going to be drones everywhere getting ready to deliver packages.
All right, cool.
What
kind of foot traffic am I seeing?
Lots
Obviously,
and
there's
varied.
Oh yeah, just in this one warehouse that we're checking out.
Not like any more or less than the other warehouses. Like you have a giant pile of meta humanity that is trying to get packages into or out of the different warehouses in the area. You got people like being honked at as other people are powering forklifts. You got some drones that are being led like via remote by some people through the mess of meta humanity to deliver stuff. Um,
I'm reminded of the time I applied to be on warehouse flippers. That warehouses often have some kind of like physical security in the form of electronic locks or maybe even some dudes standing guard. So I want to check out for those kinds of things. Do I see anyone uh, checking security? Do I see anyone flipping badges?
yeah, there's definitely a guy at the big rolly truck doors of this warehouse that is sitting there, and he's dressed like a security guard instead of somebody who's one of the more nonchalant security guards that's just there in like a nice suit but looks out of place. This guy is there and very clearly looks like security. And then there's a guy around the corner that's got a little booth outside of the people-sized entrance.
All right, two obvious guards. That's good. That's good.
And then you'll notice that there are two other doors on the other side of the building that don't have any guards, but they don't have anybody going in or out of them either.
Got it. Got it. Looks like a point of ingress right there. Y'all seeing this? Y'all seeing this? It's pretty tight, right? Hold on. Let me watch this, and I do like a little bit of a aerial stunt.
Do a loop-de-loop.
Yeah.
You're doing great. Keep going.
All right. I want to complete my circuit and want to check all possible entry exit points. There's nothing nearby as far as like rooftop access goes. Are there any other warehouses we can maybe cut across the top from?
Not not overly. There's the problem with warehouses in a dock situation like this is you got to have room between the buildings themselves to transport large packages and trucks and stuff. So you're looking at least 10, 15 feet between the next closest building.
Slot clearance. All right.
What you're saying is it's possible to jump it.
I mean, it's definitely a roll situation, and with some luck, maybe you'll make it.
Luck, you say, glances at Edge stat.
Do I notice anything else completing my circuit? Any more entry points? Any other obvious signs of security?
There's
Do I-
like cameras on the building that are
Sure.
pointed off the major corners, that kind of thing, that are in all of the standard positions that you would expect them to be. There's a line of windows around the top that are those small windows that are by now frosted over. Frosted being, of course, coated with dirt and only let in like half the light they're supposed to, but they're there. Um, the rooftop has a couple of vents and other utilities kind of equipment off the top of it. It doesn't look like there's any actual access to it.
All right. So even if we could somehow jump from roof to roof, it'd be tough getting in.
I mean, maybe you don't know anything about the inside, really.
Out of character, of course. In character, Wax is just like, yeah, roof looks good. See some vents. I could probably make this jump in a whip, but they told me you gotta keep a low profile, so that one's out.
Is there any
Yeah.
is there any more clarifying questions people have?
Yeah, if anyone else can think of anything, I'm making the circuit. I'm seeing like a couple ways in, plenty of security to overcome.
You said that's the on-site security guards. Like, there's one dude out there that has the uniform, but for like dock worker types, it's just like people that would be milling around as employees. Do they have like a set type of uniform, or are they just dressed practically for what they're doing?
Picture in orange vests.
Yeah, so they don't necessarily have like a uniform, but it's all the same kind of wear. Very much your your orange safety vest. Some of the people that are working with the actual like forklifts and stuff, they have helmets on. Um, but when you think of like your standard construction worker who's got heavy overalls and like a shirt to go with it, um,
Yeah. So
this is
stereotypical dress.
yeah, these are people who are going to be out here exposed to the elements all day with
Yeah.
heavy gear. Mechanically, you're looking at like an Ares Industrious if
All
you
right.
want something that's armored.
No, I was just looking more for something that would blend in. Like if I were to go walking down there to get a close-up look at the place and maybe try a few handles, would it be out of place if I were walking around in like sturdy street gear, or if to blend in better if I would need to find somewhere I could acquire said required clothing?
You you could pretty easily get like the normal versions of the clothing that aren't armored if you wanted to just kind of like go around and try door handles, that kind of thing. Um,
Yeah.
there are a couple of people who are here in more street clothes, but they're not doing any of the actual work. And you may even occasionally see a guy off on the corner that looks important in a suit. Um, but he's, obviously not working.
I
All
have a
right.
suit. If we can get some
Okay, then.
uniforms, we could look around.
Well, we'd probably look around a little bit in street clothes, but if we had the look, we could probably just walk in the place and be like, yeah, we're here to pick up something, don't worry about it.
Bamce, out of character, this is Grift talking. I remember my reference for understanding what dock workers do, which would be season 2 of The Wire, and they had these sort of like little handheld things they would use to like check canisters and things. They're obvious like a piece of technology they would use to sort of check on the inventory and pass them, clear them, check their transponders or whatever. Do I see anything like that in the dock workers' hands on my pass through?
Yeah, there would definitely be like some kind of handheld sensor thing that they have. I
Can all
imagine
be
a lot of the shipping information, that kind of thing, would all be displayed in AR, probably to
You're coming in and out again, buddy.
damn it. Um, a lot of the actual information, like tracking numbers, that kind of stuff, would be displayed in AR.
Sure, I wouldn't see like the arrows, but
Yeah.
do I see any equipment with them? Like
Yeah,
obvious?
and they do have like some handheld scanners that are going around because those are things.
Cool. That's certainly at least an accessory to keep in mind.
Yeah,
All right, I'm going to fly on back.
sure. Let's go ahead and take our second break, and hopefully that'll clear up the breaking up that I'm doing.
All right.
Can do.
All right, see you guys in a couple minutes.